LPG business services residential customers, commercial and industrial customers, and recreational customers all over Australia. I think safety is an incredibly important part of what we do every day, and I think it's important to manage all hazards in the workplace, both mental and physical.
Origin's a purpose-led, values-driven organisation, and so with the introduction of the regulatory requirements to manage psychosocial risks within the workplace, we've been working with our workforce to upskill them to more effectively manage psychosocial risks within the workplace.
With mental health of our workers is really important. We want to make sure that when people come to work, their mental health is treated in the same way as their physical health.
Origin has responded proactively to the introduction of psychosocial hazards, regulations and codes of practice. Ultimately, we've sought to understand and manage psychosocial hazards in our workplace to ensure our workplace is free from unlawful conduct as far as possible. Origin has done that by consulting with workers to identify where psychosocial hazards arise in our business, including through asking employees to complete an anonymous survey and broad employee consultation. Secondly, assess the risk of those hazards given the diverse nature of Origin's business. Origin assessed risks at both an enterprise and business unit level. Thirdly, introduce new controls where appropriate and monitor the effectiveness of any existing controls already in place. And finally, update systems and processes to ensure they respond to the new regulatory landscape and implement training.
When we're starting to talk about how it impacts our frontline workers, the best people to speak to is them. So ultimately, that's what we should do.
I think it's incredibly important for frontline workers to be part of the solution, and they're the ones that are out there doing the work on the ground day in, day out. It made me think a lot about a couple of guys that I have that work somewhat remotely. Most of the time they're in a terminal that's unmanned. They might only visit the main terminal once a week. So it made me think about their isolation and how I could better incorporate them into team and group discussions and make sure that they were included in anything that we were doing at the terminal, so that they felt like they were part of the team.
Things have really changed. It's really evolved, and it's important, but it's not happening only in Origin, but it's all other places as well. So it's at the front of everyone's mind, isn't it, these days?
In the mental health, I find that there's a fair few guys who work here, truck drivers, terminal. Sometimes they bring their problems from home into work. If something goes wrong or someone's down, then we all have a talk and then we talk to them.
It is important that our workforce feels safe to speak up about psychosocial hazards and other unlawful behaviour. We have put in place adequate avenues for reporting psychosocial hazards and have educated our workers on how to confidently report any incidents that may occur.
We've spent some time as a leadership team looking at psychosocial risks in our business and the things that we can do to improve the controls around some of the hazards in the workplace.
And obviously the work Origin has done to respond to the regulations and codes is a start. Origin recognises that management of psychosocial hazards and compliance is an ongoing journey.